I wish I remember how this conversation started, but today I had a customer that agrees with me on something that I naturally do, but I have been criticized for. And I have been criticized for that by the very people who simply do not follow my system because they're a little more, I guess, carefree, but in my eyes, it's carelessness because if you have the power to avoid an issue, why wouldn't you do something, right? Basically, what this customer said was that he likes to imagine what if scenarios. What if there's a storm? What if there's a flood? What if my car breaks down? What if my clothes get damaged? What if my phone dies? What if I run out of money on one card? What if the power goes out? What if my glasses break? What if I run out of water? What if I need help with carrying stuff around? What if I hurt myself? What if I need medication? What if I need the bathroom, but I'm in the middle of the highway and the next exit is 20 miles away? I still cannot remember how this conversation began, but I think it had to do with him having a card that wasn't going through or something, and he ultimately decided to use a different one, something like that. Anyway, you'll understand the context. Let's pretend that's what happened, because I'm not sure. So he ran his card, it declined, he ran a second one, and it worked. And then let's say that I commented something like, "Oh, I'm glad that you have more than one card." And then his comment would have been something like, "Yeah, I like to think about what if scenarios, have more than one way to do something because you just never know." And then I said, "Oh my God, I'm so glad that you think that because I'm exactly the same way. I like to imagine what if scenarios because there's just a lot of stuff out there that you cannot control. So, for instance, anytime I go out, anytime I drive, whatever, I always carry with me a water bottle. I don't know if I'm going to take long to come back. I don't know if I'll go somewhere where water is not available. Why, if that's a necessity, not carry it with me?" Another example would be if I go on a long drive, how about if I bring snacks with me because I don't know if I get stuck in traffic, I don't know if it starts storming, I don't know if my car breaks down and it takes a while for assistance to come over. I don't want to just be hungry because you just never know when that might happen and how long it might take for the solution to arrive and for me to maybe have a lift if I'm on the highway. Anything, absolutely anything can happen. But then when I behave as someone like that, because that's literally how I live my life, I go like, let me carry an extra set of clothes with me because what if they get dirty at work, which it happened to me when I was new. I always had the intention of bringing an extra set of clothes, but I never did until I got bathed by raw chicken juice because the packaging on it just ripped on me and it leaked all over me. And then I said, there I go. Not that I needed the confirmation, but I wish that I would have done what I always do, which is imagine a scenario in which I need backup clothes, and here's the scenario, and I don't have them. But fortunately, it was only about 40 minutes before my shift ended. That type of thing. So some people call that anxiety, uncontrolled anxiety, possessive anxiety, crippling anxiety. In my eyes, I call it, no, that's just me being fucking responsible. It means that I know that I'm going to a place where stuff happens. I'm prone to experiencing stuff like that. So when it happens, if it happens, but I really should think when it happens because it's more than likely going to happen, then why not have backup clothes that I can switch into as opposed to feeling discomfort for the rest of my shift, something like that. So with the card situation, for example, if you know that registers are susceptible to going down, or your card may be susceptible to getting disabled, why would you not bring more than one? Why would you not bring some cash with you? Why would you not have an alternative payment method for when shit happens? Assume that it will happen. Even if it doesn't happen often, you don't want to get caught in that situation the very day that you need it. But not everybody looks at it that way. I have been told that I'm too overly cautious, too overly prepared, or not a risk taker, stuff like that. And I'm like, no, 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 no. There's a difference between this stuff happening and you not having a solution, and then needing to pretty much embarrass yourself or maybe experience the discomfort for however long, versus, oh, I'm prepared for any scenario, anything can happen to me, and I'll get through it comfortably. That's what this is about. And I don't have to embarrass myself. I don't have to burden anybody with, hey, I need your help with this and that because something spilled on me at work and now I need new clothes. Can you get me some? Nothing like that. You're never going to catch me reaching out for a situation like that unless somehow I ruin 2 pieces of clothes in one shift. But if that were to happen, I'm pretty sure that it would be like maybe my shirt got ruined, but my pants are fine, or vice versa. For some reason, some people look at that as overdoing it or exaggerating. And I'm like, well, I'm so glad that you live a perfect life in which you don't have any accidents happen. But for me, that's what makes me feel well. I like to be able to resolve my own stuff, especially with little to no notice. Say if I ruin my uniform, I don't have to be like, I gotta go home and change and come back. Hell no. It's give me 3 minutes to go get my stuff, go to the bathroom, change, and I'm back out. I don't have to lose my time. I don't have to punch out. I don't have to drive anywhere, put myself out there in danger by driving unnecessarily. That type of thing. That is what I like to think about. That's how I like to think. That's thinking critically. That's foretelling. That's preparing. It's not a matter of, oh my God, I'm carrying all this because I'm worried about, say, my clothes being ruined. It's preparedness for when it happens. I can confidently be like, I got a solution for this. And I'm only describing that example for the sake of simplicity, but you can apply that to literally anything. And that's what I'm saying. Some people just misunderstand the way I do things, or why I think about things the way that I think about things. I take great pride in acting like what I am, an adult who doesn't really need a lot of support and intervention. I have never ever dialed someone for something stupid as fuck. Like, I don't have any money. Can you come help me? Or, I don't have any extra clothes. I don't have any extra food. Just someone who's continuously calling and asking and asking and asking. Like, nothing like that. When I ask for help, it's for something extreme. Like, hey, it's not ideal for someone to go through this shit alone. But for preventable bullshit like that, stuff that you should be able to resolve in seconds, I'm good. So there you guys have it. That's it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that makes sense. And let me know if you agree or disagree. Do you not give a damn? Or are you the same way? You're like, you know what? Yeah, let me prepare myself because the world out there is so dynamic that I don't want to be caught by surprise by something unpleasant. So just know who you are, what your needs are. And if you have very, very low tolerance for going hungry for prolonged periods of time, then maybe consider always carrying something with you. Personally, I don't mind because I know to not exert myself to where I'm going to make my hunger worse if I find myself somehow in a situation in which I'm caught off guard like that. But again, it's pretty much not gonna happen like that because I have prepared for that. But I'm just saying from personal experience that even when I start feeling hungry, it's like, okay, let me not move too much so that I don't make it worse.